Want to know if a house flip is actually worth it before you buy it? In this video, I'm breaking down a real deal from start to finish, showing you exactly how to calculate your ROI, account for hidden costs most investors miss, and determine whether this flip is profitable or it's a costly mistake. By the end, you'll know the same framework that experienced investors use to evaluate deals with confidence. I recently wrote a blog post. You go to hardmoneybankers.com's website. It's called DMV Fix and Flip How to Calculate your ROI. This video will outline exactly why you need to know your numbers. Let me bring this up on a bigger screen so we can dive in and kind of go through all of these numbers and we can see what's up. Now, this is just a free tool. You can access it at HMB FlipFlow.com, free tool that we created for clients and customers at Hard Money Bankers. We use this when we evaluate our deals as well. So let's go through this real quick. Sample property address. This is typically these purchase prices and numbers or a lot of deals that we see in Montgomery County, Maryland, one of the states that we lend in. Obviously, you can adjust to the area that you're in to see if the numbers make sense or not. But in that blog post I was just sharing with you, the post is analyzing what the numbers look like between different areas in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, based on county. Because one of the things that a lot of people don't realize we're going to get to here in a second is related to buying costs and how they just differ so much based on what jurisdiction you're in. So here's the deal. As you're going through this, I'm very curious to know, and just comment below this video if you think that this is a deal that you would buy or a deal that you wouldn't buy. And you'll see at the end what HMB FlipFlow thinks. Okay, so here's the address. Purchase price 500, repair costs 150. The after repair value is 850, right? So you're into this thing at 650 on 850. That's your cost. 500 plus 150 is 650 on 850 ARV, estimated ARV. So there's a $200,000 price cushion. Now, assuming you're using debt and you're using a hard money loan, private loan, whatever that case is, let's say they'll give you 65%. So in essence, a 552 loan amount. These are some other cool tools that this HMB FlipFlow has, but don't worry too much about that. Again, built-in AI, property valuation, things like that. But again, these are just sample numbers. Don't read too much into the property or things like that. Okay. So the buying costs. This is some things that are just underlooked. Title insurance. You know how much title insurance costs? This particular project's $2,500. Title fees typically $1,000, and depending on where you are on a state level and a county level, you got recordation fees and you have transfer tax, depending on that case. Now, customarily, they're split 50-50 in at least the state of Maryland. So, transfer tax, is going to end up being 1.5%, and recordation tax is going to end up being, what is that? About the same, close. And then again, you're dividing that in half because, the buyer's paying half and the seller's paying half. So the recordation is, if you're recording a mortgage, the transfer is D transfer. And then you have your financing costs, right? So most hard money lenders come in around, 12.99 and 3. Let's just use that. Calculate your payment, things like that. And then you got monthly holding costs. People forget about the monthly holding costs, right? You have taxes, you have insurance, you have utilities, right? So even if you buy this in cash, that still ends up being the same. And then we also have selling costs, which realtor commissions on the back end, 5-6%, maybe 4%, maybe even less than that. Transfer tax, $6,000 to sell this thing, right? Plus some, title costs as well. So again, if you watch my video from last week, we analyzed this particular deal in DC. This week we're doing this in Brockville to go through all the numbers. Now, based on all these numbers, click calculate deal. I already clicked it. It ends up being a fair deal, right? And the reason why is the return on investment is 10.8%. Some people might think that's a great deal. Some people might think that's a crappy deal. That's up to you. In that case. So what ends up happening is your total investment on that thing, your all-in costs were about $722,000. Net, right? And that's what comes out to just under 11% rate of return. You're making a $77,000 profit, $78,000. $78,000 is a lot of money, right? $78,000 is a lot of money. But keep in mind, You bought it for 500, you put 150 into it. You have other costs. Yes, you leveraged a lot of that. You ended up bringing what $127,000 cash to close in that particular deal. And listen, you put up $127,000, you get $78,000 back. That's like a 60% return in 6 months, right? So cash on cash, that's great, right? You flip that that same money, do two of these deals a year, you get 120% return, doubling your money, cash on cash, that's great. But the return on investment is a good number to look at because you want to make sure that the risk is worth the reward. Remember, you took on $550,000 in debt, you have $6,000 in holding costs. That could be good or that could be bad. If you execute quickly, you're making an extra 6 grand every month if you pay it off quicker. And if you don't execute, it's costing you an extra $6,000 a month to do so. So this tool is cool, right? You can save this deal and then you go to the top and it saves that deal. So let's say you're not using a lender on this thing and you're paying cash. Let's take all these financing costs out, recalculate this deal, and now we're at a really good deal, $130,000 on that. Plus, oh wait, hold on. I gotta take out the financing side. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Because I'm like, why is the cash to close so low? All right, calculate deal. There we go. So again, you're making about a good deal, it says, right? So you're making about a 20% return based on it. And then, your cash, I guess it's a little bit different because you got real estate commissions, total investments based on what your cash to close is in that particular case. But anyways, better if you do it that way. You can print your breakdown so you can see everything this way if you want to share it with a friend. There's also, you can analyze all of these breakdowns if you want to look at it, a nice graph and chart and things like that. The point is you got to use a tool and you got to understand your numbers to see if the deal makes sense or it doesn't make sense. I like to reference in a lot of my videos HMB FlipFlow because it's a very, very simple tool. There's a lot more sophisticated ones with additional Google Sheets, spreadsheets, and stuff built out. But this is a very simple one to go through really quick to see if the numbers work or not. And again, you got to determine based on your numbers what you want to make on a per deal basis. Now, I know some people want to make a flat fee, some people want to make a percentage wise. I personally like to calculate the amount of money I'm making on my personal money, which is in essence the passive side of things, and how much I'm making on my hard work, which is the active side of things. So let's say I pay cash for a deal. Well, my money's, there's lost opportunity costs. If I take money out of other investments, uh, there's risks with your own personal money. So I like to do the passive side and the active side. The passive side is the money my capital is making. So typically, I'm going to give it a return, if I'm investing in a deal like this, so maybe 10, 12, 15%. And then the active side, because if I put up all the money and I'm not getting that big of a return, it's like, so be it. Now, keep in mind, if you put up your own money, you're only getting whatever, your cash to close and total investment about the same. So your return on investment is only like a 19% return. 90% is great, but you also had to do a lot of hard work to do that, right? On that other scenario where we financed it, your cash got 60% rate of return, right? So just something to think about. But the important part is understanding all your numbers in the jurisdiction. What I like to do is I like to call title companies. If I'm new to an area, I like to call title companies to ask them. You can either call the title company these days, you can use ChatGPT to double check this, but I like to know what the title insurance is going to be and what the transfer tax and the recordation tax, because those are static numbers that you can't really control. You also got to see if it's customary to split them 50-50 or not, but those are static numbers. So it's important to understand, if those numbers are the ones that, they determine exactly, your profit margin on some of these things. So again, go to hmbflipflow.com, use your next scenario, see if it's a good deal or not a good deal. Any questions, just comment below this video. I'm always checking, happy to respond, or just reach out at jason@hardmoneybankers.com.